Good morning. This is Ramana from Quality Thought to start the discussion. Yeah. So before I start, session. My name is Ramana. I have more than 15 years of experience in total IT industry. 10 years of experience in Agile coaching side. So 10 years of experience in Agile coaching. Okay. So I have involved in multiple Agile transformations like different I mean experience in life cycles, project management, product and project management, and I worked in like financial services, insurance, trading, risk management, e-learning segments. So this is a brief introduction about myself. I have a very good experience in agile transformation projects. And let me start today the objective of the discussion. So the objective of the discussion is, so which agile certification is like good for the career path? Okay, so just I wanted to share my experiences. As a agile capability team member in my previous organization in one of the MNC, I took I was part of the agile capability team, and I was a part of agile interview panel for a long time. So based on my experiences, with by participating in agile capability team or agile audits of various clients. Okay, so what I gained, I wanted to share my experiences, which agile certification is better for your career. That is what the objective. And next 30 minutes, I'll be sharing my experiences with you. And if you need any clarifications, definitely I'll be addressing it. So these are purely these are purely my experiences on what when I worked as an agile capability team member. As an agile capability team member, my job is auditing different agile projects, how their transformations are happening in agile. Okay. So certifications, my opinion, certifications get you into interviews, experience get you to the job offer. So many people I have seen, whenever they come to an agile interview for a Scrum Master or Agile Coach, whenever they come to an interview, they used to tell I have PSM certification, CSM certification, like that. They used to tell different certification names. So my observation says certification get you into interviews, experience gets you the job offer. So but still so many organizations definitely so as a to understand your level of expertise, they're asking which certification you have in agile. Okay, so to which certification is suitable for agile. So I observed that many people are confusing, and many people are depending upon the social media advertisement. Like few companies are branding, so we are providing this X Scrum Master certification, Y Scrum Master certification, kind of thing. So they're really confusing. So I thought of sharing my experiences. So the first parameter while deciding which agile certification is suitable for your career. So what role you are exactly trying, what is the role you are going to looking in future. So are you working as an agile team member, or scrum master, or agile project manager, or agile coach, or product owner, or release train engineer? So in my opinion, these are the different roles. So there are so many roles, but these are the roles which has good number of openings in the market with respect to agile. So first choose your role. You have to be very clear which role you are really trying for. So are you an agile team member, scrum master, agile project manager, or delivery lead, agile coach, or product owner, release train engineer? So which role exactly you are trying for? So that role is important. So first you choose your role. So once you decide the role, okay. So the as I told, the parameter. So the first parameter is the role. The first parameter is the role. Okay. So again, so I'll talk about parameters. To be totally honest, you don't have to get any certifications in order to become an agile coach or scrum master. All you have to do, find an organization that will value your knowledge of agile practices and feel you have the ability to contribute to their needs and value. So certifications are useful. Certifications are useful for showing you have the ability to absorb information. So yes, I have several Scrum and Agile related certifications, but they have never gotten a job. So what I'm trying to tell here, so don't believe only certification is going to give you Scrum Master job. Okay, so Agile coaches need a well-rounded knowledge and understanding of how Agile practices are beneficial. So they need to know how to help teams become self-sufficient, self-organizing. So certifications carry weight in some countries and with some companies, but it is up to the people interviewing and hiring you to decide if they're required and why. So this is a little introduction. And as I told earlier, so the first parameter, so when choosing the certification is the role. First, you have to be very clear about the role. So which role you are really trying. And the second parameter, which framework, your company is going to give you opportunity. Which framework? Are Scrum, or Kanban, Safe, XP, Less. So which framework? So these are the frameworks which comes under Agile and Lean both, not only Agile. So these are the popular frameworks. Generally, 90% of the segment goes to or I can say 60 to 70% segment goes to Scrum, to 10 to 20% Scaled Agile, 10% Kanban kind of thing. So you decide the role and framework. If you are implementing Agile and Lean practices, there are multiple frameworks. Okay, so what I am suggesting to my students, see earlier, I can give a simple, let me open a simple notepad. I can give a simple clarification like this. So what I observed, so 2000, if you take from last 10 years, 2010 to 2015, so with only, if you tell you have only Scrum certification also they considered. Slowly from 2015 onwards, so value has been increased for Scaled Agile certification as well as Kanban certifications, as well as Kanban. So Scaled Agile framework and Kanban. So now, so ideally in 2020, if you want to attend either Scrum Master, Agile Coach or Agile Project Manager roles, so companies are expecting deep understanding of Scrum, Scaled Agile, deep understanding and practical exposure into at least knowledge on Enterprise Agile, Enterprise Agile. So at least knowledge on Enterprise Agile. Okay. So basic knowledge on Kanban implementations, Kanban. Okay. So companies are expecting now people they're ready to hire. There are very good number of openings in the market, but they're ready to hire professionals with multiple framework. So don't limit your knowledge to one framework. So first parameter, which certification is suitable to your career, role based. Second parameter, framework. Third parameter, so role and framework, definitely these two will play crucial role. In addition to these two, what you need to understand, don't take a certification thinking that reputation comes with it. Build your own reputation based on the knowledge and experience you get. I have seen great Scrum Master without any certifications and bad Scrum Master with all the right certifications. A certification does not examine the actual quality that is needed for a Scrum Master. So to be frank, this is reality. I have seen many Scrum Masters who completed many Scrum Master certifications. I don't want to name it. It is not good, just pointing with based on my personal experiences. But so they are learning too much theoretical knowledge. I mean, they are not getting real exposure to the practical challenges. So need of certifications. Okay, so this is the need of the, I mean, just like you need to understand. So I believe certifications are important because to pass exam and to get certification. Okay, so in certifications, you go through Agile content multiple times, you analyze, you clarify your doubts, you try to understand what is expected out of your role. This in turn makes you more knowledgeable and you understand your responsibilities in true sense. I agree you can do it even without appearing for certification, but you tend to be lazy or may not invest that much efforts in understanding. So why things are mentioned in Scrum Guide the way they are. If you are doing all above even without going for certification, it is good. But added advantage of certification is say you have cleared PSM exam or CSM exam outside world know they can rely on you. Especially during the interview, no one has time to ask you 100 questions to know your knowledge. So they may trust it is a value addition. So certification may be a value addition. So there are multiple certifications based on the role. So let us see if you want to become agile coach role. So in my opinion, so there are popular certifications for agile coach role. One is if you want to go with a, certification agile coach role. If you are already you are working as a scrum master, you want to apply for agile coach. Then so I see agile ATF or ACC. I see agile ATF or ACC. So I see agile is an organization. I mean, let me open that website. So here, so if you go to Fiction tab, you can see they're offering different certifications. So once that opens, I'll show you that ATF and ACC, and one more organization which is providing the Agile. I mean, so one more suitable certification to become the Agile coach, like scaled Agile company, especially if you're dealing with enterprise Agile. So scaled Agile company. Let's say if you want to go to scaled Agile, so scaledagile.com. So in scaled agile, so this framework is more of enterprise agile. This framework is more of enterprise agile. So here they are offering many certifications. For example, if you are aiming to become an agile coach, okay, so this certification is really relevant. So implementing safe, SPC, implementing safe is the certification which is relevant. So implementing safe is a certification which is relevant. So if you go for implementing safe, so this generally, it costs you so after implementing safe, if you become a SPC scaled, so if you become an SPC, then you can give officially coaching from the scaled agile company, and you can become an agile coach. You can try for agile coach roles also. So this implementing safe, it is it is 4 days training offered by the scaled agile company. You can go through here to get the more details about SPC, but it costs you, I think, more than 3.5 lakhs in Indian currency. But if you once you become a SPC kind of thing, you can give official trainings from scaled agile, and you can try for agile coach jobs also. This is one certification. These two are popular generally. So when compared to others, these two are so popular. So IC Agile and Scale Safe SPC. IC Agile and Safe SPC. These two are so popular. IC Agile and Safe SPC. And one more thing. So from scrum.org. So professional Agile leader. So this is also up to some extent. Very less number of people are doing this. So these two, I recommend, if you want to strongly become an agile coach kind of thing, so you can, in addition to your practical experience, you can try for these certifications. And for example, no Ramana, I'm trying for agile project manager, agile delivery manager. So project managers, delivery managers nowadays must have agile knowledge. So because they are also part of the delivery, right? So they need to come up with the right templates, they need right process, right forecasting, right budgeting, so right analysis, right way of improvements. Even though you have agile coach and scrum master, there is a strong supporting system required from the project management side and delivery management side. So I have seen my students who are attending project manager interviews, they are asking you fundamental questions also, like scrum, safe, how agile works. what kind of metrics you are, you have created in Agile. So those kind of questions you can face. So if you want to strongly go the delivery aspect, here the difference is, here it is based on more of a coaching mentoring. Here it is based on more of a delivery aspect, like budgeting, estimations, statement of work, delivery strategy, resource planning, staffing plan, the end-to-end project test planning, involving in the product envisioning, project initiation, release planning, sprint zero activities. So these kind of activities, strong project manager support is required. So right from the beginning of the project to closure of the project. So here, if you want to seriously become a agile project manager kind of thing, so one certification is, so from PMI ACP certification. So PMI, from PMI organization, you are already like familiar. So PMP certification. So no, so PMI, from PMI side, you are already familiar with the PMP certification. So if you go to PMI Institute, if you go to PMI Institute, so pmi.org, you might be knowing already, PMP certification. So they have one more certification called PMI ACP certification. So PMI ACP certification. So this ACP certification is more of a agile, is more of an agile. So here you see, so project management professional, program management professional, portfolio management professional. So PMI Agile Certified Practitioner. So PMI Agile Certified Practitioner, this is one I'm talking. So if you want to become a a manager, lead, so Agile project lead, Agile project manager, Agile project delivery lead kind of a role. So PMI ACP is definitely the best certification, which I strongly believe. PMI ACP. So for example, if you're not so interested to PMI ACP certification, there are alternatives. So for every company, there are some alternatives. I'll tell that alternatives also in my next slide. So this is one. And second one, so PMI is an organization, ACP is a certification name. And the second one, Leading Safe. So Leading Safe is also again Scaled Agile. Just go to scaledagile.org. Go to scaledagile.org. Here you can see. So Scaled Agile, sorry, go to scaledagile.com. Here, if you want to try as a lead level, so lead level, manager level, so Leading Safe. So Leading Safe, this is also called as a Safe Agilist program. Leading Safe, or this is also called as a Safe Agilist program. So Safe Agilist is one certification you can try for. So Leading Safe or Safe Agilist is a certification for leads, managers kind of thing. That is one certification. So for coach, see, if you want to become a coach, then definitely you have to go for the first one, that is SPC. But if you want to go for the management kind of more delivery aspect, Leading Safe, coaching aspect, SPC. Okay, then so then one more company also. Yeah, so Prince2 Agile. So the alternative for PMI, if you don't want to go with the PMI, so the Prince2 Agile certification, Prince2, they have, Prince2 for traditional software development is so popular. They came up with Prince2 Agile certification also. That is also very knowledgeable and very useful content they have given in the Prince2 Agile certification. That is also, I strongly believe, one of the good certification to proceed. So one of the good certification to proceed to become the Agile project manager. And the third one, Scrum Master. So mainly, I wanted to address these three roles here. So Agile Coach and Project Manager and Scrum Master. So Scrum Master role. So if you want to try for Scrum Master role, so there are a number of companies offering the Scrum Master training. A number of companies offering the Scrum Master training. So one is PSM, Scrum.org company. So Scrum.org is the organization. So let me open. So Scrum.org is the organization. You can go for Scrum.org. So Scrum.org is the organization. So Scrum.org organization is providing the certifications. You can go to certification tab. So they are offering professional Scrum Master training. Professional Scrum Master. So they came up with PSM1, PSM2, and PSM3. So if you want to become a Scrum Master, okay. So one organization, Scrum.org, is the organization. So their certification naming convention they given PSM. PSM stands for Professional Scrum Master. Professional Scrum Master. Okay, so it stands for PSM1, comma PSM2. So they given PSM3 kind of. So I mean, at least 1, 2 certifications are required, and this one you can directly write online. So, but if you are going with one more company is providing Scrum Master certification, that is Scrum Alliance. Scrum Alliance. So Scrum Alliance is providing CSM certification. They give a name with Certified Scrum Master. So Certified Scrum Master, they call it as a CSM. So only like so Scrum. If you are expecting a CSM certification from the Scrum Alliance company, so then only CST, Certified Scrum Trainer. Here also you have PST, Professional Scrum Trainer, but I mean, so you need not to undergo only via PST. You can write, you can prepare yourself, and you can write exam in online also. But here only CSTs can log in, and CSTs can provide you the CSM certification. CSTs can log in, and CSTs can give you the CSM certification. Okay, so generally what the model is very simple. So scrum.org, anyone can prepare and write exam in online. Scrum Alliance, so they have a partners like so Scrum Alliance company works with the partners, and only CSTs can provide, but they work with all the institutes, like familiar institutes in India as a partner, so they provide CST certification. Okay, so these two are generally very popular for Scrum level, very popular for Scrum level. Okay, so and if you're looking for enterprise agile, like scaled agile, also have one certification called so Safe Scrum Master. If you go to Safe, just there is a certification called Safe Scrum Master. I will show you here. So Safe Scrum Master. So Safe Scrum Master. So if you want to gain more knowledge on enterprise agile Scrum Master kind of thing, working as an enterprise. So with CSM, you may not work on enterprise agile projects. So CSM only like gives you knowledge up to Scrum level. So scaled agile gives you complete different framework. It works on lean method, and it gives you enterprise agile knowledge right from portfolio, program, and team level. So Safe Scrum Master. So what I recommend, like if you ask my suggestion, what I recommend based on my experiences. So if you want to really become a Scrum Master, these are the three best alternatives in the market. There are so many other alternatives. I'm not denying it. So so if you have the clarity, you can proceed with that. But if you ask my suggestion, these are the three different alternatives. So PSM, CSM, Safe Scrum Master. So anyone you can choose. So okay, now I wanted to tell. I'll definitely give time for your clarifications. Like so last 10 minutes I'll be discussing you only. Yeah. Yeah. So Soumyadeep has a question. Examples of enterprise level agile. Yeah. Okay. So let us discuss Soumyadeep enterprise level and framework level, because I don't want to deviate from the certification. Basically, that's why I'm focusing on certification. Okay. So okay, so in like just like one more slide on Scrum Master. In the United States, it's common that employers will list certifications as a nice to have but not required. If you have them, they will usually pay closer attention to your resume. But actual experience is preferred and asked about during interviews. So just having the certification is not enough to get you a job. Whether we like it or not, certifications really show that you are able to take a test and pass. Okay, now what I wanted to tell, first of all, based on your experience, what I honestly suggest, based on your experience, so if you are 0 to 2 years experience, right? So going for Scrum Master certification, of any brand, PSM or CSM or any brand. Okay, so I generally, I mean, so you can try for Agile team member jobs. Okay, and certification is not really that important here. So I don't think certification is like so important for 0 to 2 years experienced people. So if anyone says like you are a fresher but you want to do Scrum Master certification, it is like they are misguiding you. So I strongly suggest here in this experience go for more technical certifications. And once you get closer to 3 years experience, so 3 years to 8 years experience guy kind of thing. So like gaining more knowledge on Scrum, so deep knowledge on Scrum, and having one Scrum Master certification. So having at least one Scrum Master certification, like I strongly recommend at least you must have at least in addition to your practical experience. So having one Scrum Master certification is important. One Scrum Master certification is important. So here, like you can go for PSM or CSM, PSM or CSM. But unfortunately, either you are attending any of the this branded companies training. So what are the flaws I observed? So they are providing good knowledge on the concept and the foundation of Scrum. But this certification is helpful only to apply as a team member, not to apply really as a Scrum Master. So they are missing some kind of a practical experience. So what I am suggesting to my students, so learn from the so learn so you need certification, but learn from the real time people of the Scrum Master. So of course that is a different discussion. So 3 to 8 years experienced people. For example, you have 8 years to 15 years kind of thing you are trying. And one more thing I want to tell here. So here, for example, so you are working in any maintenance projects. If you are working in any maintenance projects, or if you are working in any service delivery projects, if you are working in any maintenance projects or any service delivery projects, so then go for Kanban certification also. Kanban certification also. So Kanban University is providing some Kanban certifications. So I have not mentioned in my slides about Kanban certifications. Okay, so Kanban University is providing Kanban certifications. Like I have completed my Kanban certifications also. So Kanban University is providing Kanban certifications. So Kanban is also helpful to you. So if you are working in a maintenance or service delivery kind of projects, so go for Kanban certifications, 3 to 8 years experience. So okay, so first you need to understand your organization, which kind of projects they are delivering. So as I told, so which certification is better? One is definitely role. Second one is your organization work environment. So organization work environment. Please ignore my spelling mistakes. Organization work environment. Let us say if you are working on a new implementation projects or enhancements. Okay, with so only 2 to 3 Scrum teams part of it. So 2 to 3 Scrum teams or 1 to 3 Scrum teams part of it. So if you are working on this kind of work culture in your organization, so go for Scrum related certifications. Go for Scrum related certifications. But if you are working on any service delivery projects, support projects, so service delivery projects, support projects, maintenance projects kind of thing, go for Kanban. And if you are working on enterprise agile, so if what do you mean by enterprise agile? Let us say 10 to 12 teams working together, okay, to build an enterprise product at various levels, right from portfolio, program, team level. Okay, the best example. Okay, so I'll be conducting a separate session on introduction to enterprise agile. Okay, so an introduction to Kanban, I'll be conducting a series of sessions. Okay, so just to give an example, so in I think somewhere around 2018, so Reliance decided to go digital, and they came up with, if you observe, I forgot the exact project name, one of my students working there as a Scrum Master. Okay, so they came up with some kind of a dish related software, so cable related software, channels related software. So it is actually very big product. It's very big product. Multiple teams together, multiple teams. So nearly per team, if you calculate 10 members, nearly 122, so 250 team members worked on this product. Their target was, so if you go with waterfall model, so it may take 5 years time. And if you go with a Scrum framework with small teams, it will take 3 years time. Just a high level I'm telling. So they took enterprise as well as an option. So multiple teams handled the product development, and they built it in approximately 1.5 years. Okay, and it was a big success. And if you observe now, even they came up with a Geo or whatever the investments they are getting, they released their product successfully first in the market, and they have a strong presence now in the this digital spectrum also, that you can see, I know you are watching the news and all. So what I wanted to tell, so if you are dealing with a big, very big product development at enterprise level, so at various levels, not only a small teams working, so then definitely you can go for and across the organization level enterprise agile implementation. So and this is definitely future, I strongly believe. So I'm observing this agile market since 2008, guys, and so I strongly believe that the future is enterprise agile. So in 2008, like so one team has transformed to Scrum. We thought it's a miracle kind of thing, but now so hundreds of teams working on enterprise level agile projects. And in future, if you attend any Scrum Master interview or any agile career path interview, Miss Scrum Master, project manager, lead, or coach, whatever the interview you attend, okay, so if you tell I have expert knowledge in Scrum, this is very old, and I mean not old exactly, everyone knows it. I am talking in that sense. So everyone knows it. So if you are going with agile career, any interview, Scrum Master, project manager, agile coach, so first thing and first and foremost thing, they're asking you complete real time experiences in real-time experiences in so transformations, real-time experiences in transformations, roles you are playing. So real-time experiences in transformations or roles you are playing. Okay, so they're expecting you from like real-time transformation knowledge, roles knowledge. Okay, so and your experiences, challenges you have faced, how you mitigate the risks, and how you handle the metrics. So these kind of things definitely they ask you. Okay, so these real-time experiences they're expecting not only from Scrum framework, they're expecting from scaled agile. Okay, so our large scale agile. So in scale enterprise agile, there are again multiple frameworks. In enterprise agile, there are again multiple frameworks. One is so SAFe, that is scaled agile framework for enterprises. Scaled agile framework for enterprises. For enterprises. Okay, that is one framework, and one more is also there. Less. So large scale, like so large scale agile for enterprises. Less. So like that, so you have multiple frameworks available. So like so large scale agile projects, kind of thing. So in enterprise agile, multiple. So what I'm trying to tell, so you must be good at sharing your real time experiences on so Scrum, scaled agile, and multiple like frameworks. So depending upon the work you are doing, either Scrum. So but what I suggest out of all the four, so there are four frameworks logically. So many people tell Kanban is not agile. Okay, Kanban comes under lean model. So I also agree with that. SAFe is not agile. Okay, so lean model. Okay, so I don't want to give confusion here. Okay, so like so 1.4, so XP, so extreme programming. Here it comes like code refactoring, like some technical concepts, tester driven development, behavior driven development, like more automation, more DevOps. So these are generally XP practices. So XP, I mean not so popular actually. So Scrum and XP in 2008, XP was dominating. So still I remember most of my organization used to do XP projects, but slowly XP was like not that popular. So due to various reasons, Scrum is so popular, but there are still some so XP practices are there. So it gives more importance to technical aspects. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell, so you may not perfect in all the above, all the four I mentioned, but the top priority goes to, in addition to your real-time experiences, the second point, the top priority goes to so companies are looking for the people who has expertise knowledge on okay enterprise agile comma so technical concepts like so this kind of technical concepts, right? So these are the two things, enterprise agile kind of a safe. And so obviously see Scrum is definitely required, I cannot deny that. So in-depth knowledge on Scrum, okay, so exposure to Kanban, and last point is So any one certification, any one agile certification, any one agile certification. So these are the 5 points I can say to become the successful agile career path. So I mean, to summarize the discussion, so first, you understand your company work environment also. So so the company more projects into Scrum or Enterprise Agile or Kanban. So which one? So as I told, depends upon your age. I mean your experience, career age. I'm not so depends upon your career age point of view. So you have 18 to 15 years of experience. So it is better to go for and you are more looking towards a management roles kind of thing, not technical roles. Then you definitely go for two certifications, at least two certifications. So at least two certifications. You need to go for at least two certifications. And so 15 years, more than 15 years. So try for more of a agile coach roles, agile coach roles rather than Scrum Master roles. Yes, you can try for a senior Scrum Master kind of thing, but so go for so every 3 4 years, it is better to do one certification in this umbrella, either Scrum framework or Safe framework or Kanban framework, either Scrum Master certification, Lead certification, Coach certification. These are three certifications. And again, so you need not to confuse here. So you can start your career as a Scrum Master here. So Scrum Master to Agile Coach is one path. Scrum Master to Agile delivery, Agile delivery side, leads, managers, one path. So you need not to confuse here. So here, so first you decide which path you are into. So here it requires so initially for Scrum Master you might have done some PSM or CSM. In Agile Coach level you can do IC Agile or SPC kind of certification. So here if you are going to Agile delivery kind of thing, so in addition to your Scrum Master certification, do some PMI, ACP or Prince 2 Agile certification. They cover more practical or delivery topics. They cover more practical or delivery topics. Okay, so this is what my experience is, guys. Like based on my work experience, based on interactions with my students in the last 10 years. So how they settled, how they are progressing. Okay, so all based on all these experiences, based on my, we provide consulting support like corporate trainings to various organizations for agile transformations. Based on that, what I can say. So these are the different certifications, and I mean this is my knowledge. So what I wanted to know. So now open to doubts. We have 15 more minutes time. So open to doubts. So what are the questions you have on the certification? You can discuss with me, So Noor Muhammad, why can't I choose a certification then go for the domain which I would like to go? Because ultimately, if I choose a certification based on my current organization, it will be only useful if I work with a particular organization. Yes, see, you can choose. So Noor Muhammad, there are two styles. One, so first support your organization, then enhance your career path. So in that way, I told you that. So if you want to do all three certifications also, you can do. I agree with Mohammed. So your domain, your career path is more important than organization. That's what Narayan Murthy told many years ago. I agree with you. So Kiran, sir, I have basic knowledge of Agile and product life cycle, but no practical exposure to Agile. So can I choose product to owner or Scrum Master certification? Yes, Kiran. So basically, product to owner and Scrum Master are two different lines here. So product to owner which product to owner certification or Scrum Master certification is better for you? Either product to owner or Scrum Master is better. And one more point, guys. So if you wanted to interact with me on the certification. So we are partnered with all the organizations I mean, so we are providing PSM certifications or so CSM. We are not we are partnered to some of the CSTs. So we can with the help of the CSTs we can provide CSM certification. We are partnered with Kanban university trainers. So Kanban coaches. So we are partnered with SPCs. So whatever we are partnered with PMI, ACP trainers. So we are partners with these organization official trainers. Okay. So if you want any certification related query or career related query, so you can write an email to ramana@qualitythought.in. ramana@qualitythought.in. And so I mean, how in what sense I can help you? I can share few resume templates based on your career path. I can give career guidance. I can share some interview questions. and I can share some interview questions, real interview questions faced by my students, and I can I can help you in any doubts clarification. So if you are any, I mean, if you are really good at that subject, and the final one, okay, if you want any certification, so as we are partner with many organization, so we can offer that certification in the best price kind of thing. So these are the 5 things I can help you. So if you are looking for that, so raman@qualitythought.in is my mail ID, and I'll give you HR number also. She's Annapurna, and at any point of time, if you want any so assistance, or if you want to speak with me, you can call her so that she can arrange a conference call. So 951 58 76589. So this is HR number. So you can call her, if you want any details. So next question. Um, we have a question from Pavan Hasija. So difference between PMI SCP and leading safe, market value and future demand. See, Pavan, leading safe is, it is not, both are actually a different ball game. PMI ACP gives you more delivery knowledge kind of thing at a manager level. Leading safe gives you enterprise as well exposure. So if you're, what I am observing in the lockdown last 6 7 months, so daily I'm monitoring LinkedIn for the agile positions and all. What I observed, every organization is asking about more of a leading safe knowledge, and safe knowledge is must nowadays. So Anirudh has a different question, which is better PMP or PMI ACP? Anirudh, so logically, so that depends upon whether you are going with agile roadmap. For example, you want to go for a Scrum Master, agile coach, or agile project manager, agile interviews if you want to attend. Definitely PMI ACP is advantage. In general, you are attending a overall project manager, PMP is advantage. And if you are focusing on a Scrum Master, Agile Coach, Agile Project Manager, this line you are going PMI ACP. Okay, so in general you are attending you are attending a regular project management openings than PMP. And I'll conduct series of events on Kanban or Scaled Agile introduction, or multiple webinars I used to conduct. So if you want know more about those webinars kind of thing, so you can go to qualitythought.in. In the qualitythought.in, we have a free courses curriculum. So here you go to new batches. In the second tab, the new batches. So we continuously, October calendar, we have prepared nearly 10-20 webinars we are conducting. So you go to new batches, here free courses schedule. In the free courses schedule, you can see what we are offering, so different, not only Agile. So we have Python development free sessions, Windows PowerShell, Jira, so kind of sessions you can access here. Or you have resources, go to video lectures. So here we have a Learning Thoughts is our YouTube channel. So Python fundamentals if you want to learn. So here we have 30 sessions. So Linux, we have 30 sessions, Windows PowerShell, Jira tutorials, and Cloud Essentials. Like that, we'll be adding some Agile videos also, few of the Agile videos. So you can access the video lectures here. Okay. So yeah, that's all from my side. Let's meet very soon with again one more session. Okay, so this whatever I discussed with you, purely based on my experiences. It is not a universal standard. You may agree with it, you may disagree with it. I'm okay, but I thought of sharing, so my experiences, because many people I have seen in the name of certification, they are not really focusing on learning the real-time agile knowledge, real-time Scrum or safe knowledge. So my kind request, if you want to become a Scrum Master, so real-time knowledge is more important than certification. Certification is just a value addition. That is what I wanted to tell. Thanks, guys. So thanks for attending the session. If you have no questions, I don't want to waste your time. We'll close the session here.
Thanks for watching. For more videos, subscribe our channel and click on bell icon.